Hi, this is Jim Cavedo, Vice President for Global Solutions Consulting at Aprimo, and I am joined today by Deane Barker, Senior Director of Content Management Strategy at Episerver, to talk about the value of consolidating and unifying your digital content strategy in order to provide your customers better, richer, more personalized, and more engaging experiences. We're coming to you remotely as the Henry Stewart Dam event in New York has been postponed due to the ongoing global COVID-19 pandemic that has forced many global entities, ours included, to rethink how we conduct business. But this is also a pivotal period for market leaders to adapt, to rethink their content strategy, to strive for efficiency improvements in everything we do, to meld in-office and remote workforces in order to better compete in these trying times and beyond. We've all seen some organizations that have quickly adapted to these necessary changes and upgraded and updated their strategy and messaging, while others clearly struggle. Why is that? How is that? Well, it shouldn't be news that customer experience is the competitive backdrop in business, with industry leaders predicting that by this year, 2020, more than 81% of us believe we will be competing for share of customer wallet based mainly on experience. And the reason why? Well, research shows that 3/4 of all buyers believe the primary influence in their purchase decision will be their experiences. It's not price, it's not quality, it's not service. Those are all important, but they make up only 25% of the entire decision criteria. It's their experience. But experience has proven to be hard to create and even harder to be self-aware. In fact, a Bain company customer diagnostic discovered that 80% of companies believe they provide a superior experience, while only 8% of those companies' customers would agree. This is what you might call an experience gap. Now, what are the drivers of that experience? According to an Accenture study, 65% of consumers say they are more likely to make a purchase from a retailer that sends them personalized promotions and remembers their previous purchases when they are delivered in micro moments, those small exact points in time when a customer has a particular type of need, like when you're in a grocery store and the app points you to the best deal of the day. It's about content. The content you produce, how efficiently you can produce that content, how effectively that content is organized so that it can be accessed and used appropriately to have those individual and personal conversations with customers. It's about delivery of that right content to the right consumer, when they want it, when they need it, and most importantly, when they expect it. But historically, managing content has been challenging because as content producers, we tend to focus on managing specific aspects of our content lifecycle with bespoke or specialized tools to manage that specific aspect. For instance, a tool for ideation, or a tool for creation, or a tool for briefing, and on and on. And as a result, more than 66% of customer experience initiatives fail. Why? Well, research shows that marketers believe that the disconnected technologies we have employed to manage the content lifecycle actually prevents us from delivering those omnichannel engaging customer experiences. Those disconnected tools become even more problematic during times of stress. But leading marketers are moving toward a cohesive approach to managing that content lifecycle, with platforms that bring all of these unique tools together, managing that entire lifecycle, completely unified, ensuring you have the ability to not only understand your market data, understand your content ideas, understand your content creation processes, understand content requirements, understand personalization or segmentation requirements, understand available offers that require unique content, and then be able to easily and seamlessly distribute that content to the appropriate channels that need that content in real time to drive that customer experience. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a journey. There isn't one single tool available that can do everything your business needs, but you can limit the amount of customization, the cost of integration, the disconnected nature of the current specialized approach by looking at platforms that work together natively, that are purpose-built to improve that entire content lifecycle and ensure that content, data, and resource information, including costs as well as transactional information, flow easily between systems. Eliminating manual work, ensuring consistency, highlighting content gaps, helping you understand performance, and ultimately driving that entire customer experience. Aprimo brings the first part of the story together for clients, allowing you to manage the entire front-end process of ideation, data management, budget management, creative briefing, work management, content approvals, content organization, content orchestration, and content distribution to the systems that need it. As well, Primo supports the back-end processes of rights management, expiration management, content reuse, and reporting, while Episerver manages everything in the middle, all the content delivery capabilities to the consumer across your omnichannel experiences. I'll hand it to Deane to talk about how leading companies leverage content to create engaging experiences to better connect with customers. Deane?
Thanks, Jim. I was doing a webinar a few weeks ago with a woman named Carmen Simon. Dr. Simon has a PhD in neurolinguistics, and she's written a book on the interplay between content and memory. Dr. Simon is an expert on creating memorable content. I'll be honest that this isn't something I had ever considered before, but as I read her book to prepare, I was confronted with an interesting thought. What if our content isn't the most important thing? What if the thing we should be more concerned about is the memory of our content? When you think about it, our customers probably only engage with a specific piece of content one time. However, they might keep replaying the memory of that content over and over. The content is the spark that provides a memory, and the memory is what keeps providing value long after the customer is no longer in contact with our content. Back in the early 1990s, Arnold Schwarzenegger released a movie called Total Recall. It was a science fiction story, and in it, Arnold's character decides not to take a vacation, but instead just has the memories of the vacation implanted in his head. The movie was forgettable, but the idea was not. The point was that the memory of a vacation is the thing that provides continuing value. You might actually be on vacation for a week, but you'll have the memories of it for year after year. The point is, we might simply have one chance to implant a memory in the head of our customer, and this memory very well might be the product we're actually selling. If we don't have a direct online point of conversion, then the entire point of our content might simply be to implant a memory in the head of someone that will change their behavior and thinking in the days and weeks afterwards. At Episerver, we believe in personalization of experience through one-to-one marketing of content to your customers. Content marketers can track users' behavior as they engage with their content, and then write explicit rules defining personalization behavior, or simply let the machine help. Our artificial intelligence and machine learning can analyze both content consumed and content available, and promote the content it feels is most likely to lead the customers down their unique path of engagement. User journeys are an aggregate. There is no one single user journey. Everyone's journey is different, just like every perspective on content is different. Unique people retain unique characteristics, and every marketer's goal is to try to find the perfect angle for every specific customer to provide an experience that will stay with them over time. Alfred Tennyson gave us the memorable quote that it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. That may seem far removed from the world of content, but consider what Tennyson was saying. If you can no longer have the experience of loving someone, even the memory has value. Moving from simple content production to experience and engagement requires a rethinking of how our content relates to our users. It's not simply about volume or velocity, but rather about crafting an engagement for a single user in a single moment when you have their attention, however short that might be. Engagement matters. Better tools allow us to create better content, which allows us to make a more memorable impact on our customer and leave them with a stronger impression, which will stay with them long after they've stopped directly engaging with our content. Content isn't a simple metric. It's a combination of people, processes, and tools that come together to allow us to make investments in the memories of our customers.
Thanks, Deane. That was really insightful. And thank you all for joining us on this brief content journey. Hopefully, we provided a few new things for you to consider as it relates to providing engaging customer experiences today during these challenging times and beyond. I wish you all health and safety, and we look forward to seeing you at a Henry Stewart Dam event later this year.